And we're back. Another episode of Sap Powers Podcast. Today, good buddy of mine, we play D&D together. We got another
Yes, sir.
podcast, Assholes with Opinions.
Yes,
Pretty
sir.
sweet. Marcus Merks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a nice round of applause. I appreciate it.
Yeah, bro.
It's
How's it
good to
going?
be here. It's good to be here, buddy. It's great. It's going great.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Last time I saw you is when I killed off my D&D character.
Yeah, and I left early because I had to work early. So,
Yeah, you missed it.
yeah. I know. I heard about it the next morning.
Yeah, I
I was-
just suicided him right after you left.
That's what I was. That's what he
Yeah,
told. He's like, he sacrificed himself to the eye. I died laughing. I was like, of course he did. Makes
yeah,
perfect sense.
yeah.
So you have
So,
to get a new character in, eh?
yeah,
Perfect.
I don't know. I'm just like maybe just gonna relax for a bit and do like the one of thing
Yeah.
for everybody that is listening. Like it's like my version of D&D that we would do, where it's like just a one of. That's what I call it, because it's like everybody dies at the end, and it's like super simple. You only roll a D20, which is a 20-sided dice. Yeah.
But
The
they're
first
really
one we
fun though.
did
They're
was
really fun.
sick though, right? It was
Yeah, no,
pretty
it was
crazy.
hilarious. Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
was good.
Everybody just got like their like limbs chopped off and shit. It was just
Yeah, I
wild.
had no idea what was going on. I just was just rolling. I
Yeah,
was
it was
getting
crazy.
I was getting horrible rolls. I was getting
Yeah.
terrible rolls. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you
Yeah, man.
fucking just killed yourself. It was crazy because you rolled like a one, so I just had like,
Yeah,
and you said you like
yeah.
threw something, a stick, so it like bounced off a tree and like came back and
Killed
just
me.
went. Yeah, because if I was like, if they roll a one, I'm just gonna have them die. So it's
Yeah, that was vicious. Yeah. Well, it wasn't the greatest way to die, but
like, yeah.
you know, yeah.
So man, what else you been up to, bro?
I've been watching NBA finals. You know what I mean? I got the Lakers jerseys behind me. I'm a Laker fan.
Oh
We won the
shit,
NBA. Yeah, we're NBA champs. So
that's
that's
dope.
exciting. That's exciting.
Damn. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't watch
yeah, but
basketball really at all. I watch like a bit of the Raptors, obviously.
of course, of course. Yeah, no, the Raptors I love. Like I love the Raptors, but I've like been a Laker fan my whole life. So like winning last night was pretty dope. So it was nice.
Dope,
You
bro.
know? Yeah, buddy.
Nice. So you collect
Yeah.
pops too?
Yo, yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, these are just my sports pops. These are just I got Austin Matthews, I got like Jack Nicklaus, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and then I got a bunch of like Marvel ones and like random ones. Like I got like Zoolander ones.
That's dope.
Like yeah, and like you've obviously seen Zoolander, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so like like the part where like they're in the bar and he's like, I got the black lung pops and his commercial comes on and
I don't know.
he's
It's
like
been so long. I got such a bad memory.
yeah, it's like Zoolander as a merman. It's
Yeah.
dude, it's fucking hilarious. Yeah. And yeah, I got like Bobby Boucher from Waterboy. Like I just got a bunch of like random movie ones that I like. I don't collect them as crazy as like some of my friends, but like I
Yeah,
just
like
like the
Weber collects them like crazy.
yeah, I won't collect like a whole series. If I see one that's like I appreciate or is nostalgic to me, I'll get it. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
so Waterboy was one of my favorite movies growing up. Adam Sandler's obviously like a huge like love Adam Sandler's comedy in every movie he's done. So like seeing Bobby Boucher as a pop figure is just hilarious to me. So yeah, if I buy it for 12 to 15 bucks and hang it in my
Hmm.
house, it's a nice nostalgic thing to look at, like especially like you love comedy. Like I just got I just got a Bad Boys one. I got Marcus Burnett from Bad Boys, like Martin Lawrence's character from Bad Boys. Like that
That's
that's so
sick.
badass to me. Yeah. Like that to me. The whole pop life of that compared to like say and no, not calling anybody out, but like collecting a bunch of like Dragon Ball Z ones. Like I have a lot of, Weber, for example, he loves Dragon Ball Z, so it makes sense that he collects all of them, right? For me, I'm
Hmm.
not as much into like the anime ones as much, like or collecting a whole thing. It's just to me, it's movie moments, like the Zoolander ones. To me, just like brings me back to like getting stoned with my friends, like in grade 9, like at lunchtime watching Zoolander and the
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like so yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
That's awesome. Is there any like ones that are just comedians? I don't, that'd be sick. Like it'd be sick if there's like a Mitch Hedberg one. I'd want that, you know?
Oh yeah, like I'm not 100%. I haven't personally seen any of those ones, but
Hmm.
like I said, there's pop figures for almost everything, right? So like I don't know. It's hard. Like I said, I have a bunch of just really random like movie ones. Like I'd have to look at them to even tell you,
Hmm.
but like um But like for me, yeah, it's just movie moments and things like that. But yeah, I think like if there was an Eddie Murphy or like to me, Martin Lawrence, getting the Bad Boys Martin Lawrence is good enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's
That is
close
sick.
enough
Yeah, that's
to
dope.
Martin Lawrence to me.
Hmm.
Like, and obviously Martin Lawrence. Like, I don't do comedy like you do in the purest. I you know
Hmm.
I don't think I'm a not funny person, but you know what I mean. But those are inspirations to me. Like I love growing up to those guys. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
Martin
for sure.
Lawrence, Will Smith. You know, Eddie Murphy,
You should
and
try, man.
obviously
I always told you should give it a shot at least once doing
I
comedy.
you know I will at some point. I keep saying that. I think like I'm getting to a point in my life where like I do want to make those decisions and just kind of take risks. So I might at one point maybe get up there. It's just my issue. I think for me, what makes me nervous is like I don't know what my content would be, right?
Hmm.
Like you're really good at like one-liners and making people laugh with your comedic timing, and I think those are. And I don't know, like I think I'm just more. I think, in my opinion, I guess if my friends, I think I'm more funny situationally. Do you know what I mean?
Right, right,
Like
yeah.
I'm good at taking a situation and making it funny or making like a super stupid spin on something. You know, like
Hmm.
that's why I think I thrive at not thrive, but I think D&D is fun for me because I can just make shit up on the fly and it can be real in the game. You know what I mean? And I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
funny.
Maybe
Yeah.
next time something crazy happens like that, you just gotta write it down and then tell the whole story on stage.
You think that'll work?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think that'll work?
If it's funny enough, yeah, there's lots of people that tell good stories, right? Like most people don't do one-liners like me, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like oh, the things that happen and then they like punch it up a little bit. Like it's got these like little jokes and
Mm-hmm.
inside of a bigger thing, right?
Well, I'll have to get in the lab and start writing something. You know, figure something
Hmm.
out. Yeah.
That'd be dope, man. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. So what else you been
Yeah.
up to? You watch anything good on Netflix?
Have you ever like watched The Boys?
I think I might have. I don't know.
It's on Prime.
No,
It's a
actually, I
pretty.
probably haven't then.
It's like superheroes, but they're like controlled by the government, and so they do a whole bunch of corrupt shit.
Oh, it's probably
And
based on the comic book, The Boys.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, I
It
read
is.
the comic book,
Yeah.
but I never watched the show. Yeah, I don't have Amazon.
The show's pretty spectacular. I was watching that for a little bit. Um, I don't know. I just watch like random shows. Like I'm not huge. Like I am a TV guy, and I'm not a TV guy. Again, like sports being back on was huge for me. Right, I'm a big sports fan, so
Hmm.
uh, just even being able to watch the NHL and the NBA, those are huge for me because that's my entertainment most of the year. Right, I'm just constantly, and now that I got football and whatever else, but yeah, I'll watch like random shows. Like I'll go back on shows that I like. I'm one of those kind of guys. I go to a bar if I see a buffalo chicken wrap, I'm gonna order the buffalo chicken wrap every time. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So, what are some
So
old shows that you like that you always go back to?
fuck.
Like the best shows ever that I should check out.
Okay. One of my favorite shows of all time, if you ever have the chance, is The Wire.
Yeah, I
That's
love The Wire. That's a sick
that's
show, bro.
that's
So good.
probably number one show for me. Obviously, you have your Breaking Bads. Um,
Hmm. Pretty bad.
I've never even watched a single minute of a Game of Thrones episode. Not even a single minute.
Damn.
Yeah, no. So, and I probably won't ever. I don't know. Like, I
I
just
think
don't
you
care.
should. Even though like the ending sucks, it's still worth watching. It's
Ooh,
crazy.
was it
It's
good?
so good, bro. Like it's incredible, man. Like I don't know. It's like at the end of every episode, I was like, you know what I mean? It was like it's
Is it
that
like wild?
captivating, and it's like that big of a sick like. I don't know. I don't want to ruin it for you. You just gotta watch it, man. It's fucking good.
Yeah, maybe I'll give it a shot. I was watching The Good Doctor
Give it a
for a little
chance.
bit
Give it a
there.
chance. What's Oh, The Good Doctor? I've never
Yeah,
seen
The
that.
Good Doctor. It's the actor from the Bates Motel, like the kid who played Norman Bates,
Okay, right on. Mhm.
and he plays an autistic doctor
Okay, cool.
and surgeon to be exact. It's pretty fire. It's a good show, really good
That's
show.
awesome.
What else? What else am I watching? Not really anything else at that point. I watch YouTube like TV.
Mhm.
I think YouTube's content has gotten to a point where it's kind of just catered to exactly what you want to watch. You know, you don't have to like when I go to Netflix, I got to find something like, do I want to watch this show or this looks interesting. With YouTube, I
Mhm.
can literally just type in, I want to watch two dudes shoot a round of golf, or I want to go watch a comedian kill a set from a small town in fucking Connecticut. Like, you know what I mean? And I can
Right.
do those things. I think that YouTube's reach is really like, for me, I watch more YouTube really than any movies or TV, if I have to be honest.
Mhm. Yeah, I love YouTube. I spend a lot of time on there. Just it's like almost I almost hate it now because it's like too much time, right? Like I kind of fucked up my shoulder, and I think it's like too much time using the mouse and stuff. So now I've been trying to like exercise a little bit more because man, it was so much pain like fucking on my rotator cuff. I couldn't
Yeah.
even like now I can do it, but I couldn't even put my hand behind my back like that. Like I get it to here, and it'd be like ah.
You got to give yourself breaks or like get those what they call
Yeah.
the bands, the tensor bands, just tie it to the wall and give yourself some workouts every once in a while. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, or just not spend so much time like on the computer and shit. Like I don't know if that's
Yeah,
actually what the reason is. I'm just guessing, but it's probably
I would,
why.
like with the quarantine and everything, like with being shut down for the last literally what feels like 8 months, right? Like,
Mhm.
or it is 8 months. Like, I just think that we're probably at that point where like I don't really blame you. Like, I played so much video games. Like, I love playing
Mhm.
Xbox, right? Like, I love playing Xbox, but like it's hard for me to find games that I enjoy right now after with working full time and then playing video games on the side. You know, when you get home from work, like there's a balance. But then when you're stuck at home for 3 months straight, you're just playing straight video games. There's nothing else to do.
Mhm.
It kind of sucked like the life out of playing video games for me, at least for like the end of this year. I think we got a couple new games coming out soon, so like those might pique my interest a little bit, but it's made it tough to game a little bit, you know.
Mhm.
So it's kind of finding that what's fun. I think I've been cooking lately. I just moved into my new apartment, and so I've been cooking a lot lately, which is nice. That's a pretty good hobby to have, cooking different stuff. That makes it fun. Yeah, that's
Nice.
what
What
I've been
kind
up
of
to.
shit have you been cooking?
Oh man, just I made chicken parms last week, like maybe last week, a couple days ago. They were pretty bomb. Um, I don't know, man. We just gotta like I got a cookbook. I'm gonna start making some like different, baked goods and stuff like that. Just like fucking around and trying to like make it up
Yeah.
to time, and
Mhm.
it makes it fun. See what it
Yeah,
is,
it
and
is fucking weird being like in lockdown. Well, like it's not like lockdown anymore, but it still like feels it's like half lockdown now, you know what I mean? It's like bars closed early and shit, and like
yeah,
you have to wear a mask everywhere and like stay far away from people. And
yeah,
like now the numbers are like apparently higher than they've ever been, right? It's for
yeah. It's
Ontario at
weird.
least.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. They are definitely rising, and I like it's concerning because it's like you're right. It does still feel like a lockdown at the end of the day, even though there's people working and malls are open, and
Mhm.
um, I think it's just like at this point, and as much as I'm like, and we did a podcast on COVID, so you know how I feel about it. Um, like it's hard for me to like I believe in everything. I'm okay with just erring on the side of caution. Which I don't think anybody, So for all the people that are like, I don't want to wear a mask, or just it doesn't hurt.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, and then I don't like conforming to anyone's besides my own beliefs. But at the end of the day, like if COVID say it's like the whole thing with do you believe in God, right? It's you people who believe in God have the faith that the moment they meet him that it's real. You know what I mean? And then the people
Mhm.
that don't believe in God, it's like what Bill Burr said, right? Like what happens if it is real. Like then you meet God and you're like, you're going to hell, and it's like, fuck, I knew. It's that feeling. And I think I don't want to be in that boat for COVID. I don't want to be like not wearing a mask or not taking the right precautions and then get COVID and die. Like, you know what I mean? So if
Yeah,
it
for
is
sure.
if it
Yeah,
is
I get what you're
super
saying.
serious, I'd rather just err on the side of caution, wear my mask, and just do what I'm told to do. And for now, until hopefully everything changes, and I don't know when that'll be, but I mean, I'm just holding tight. I got my friends, I got D&D, I got my health, and that's all that really matters right now, right? So
Mhm. Yeah, man. Apparently, like over 1 million people have died from it so far, which is pretty
Worldwide. Yeah,
crazy. Yeah, worldwide.
yeah,
Um,
that's a lot. But the death rate, I guess, like so now we're looking at we're coming up on a year of COVID, right? Between it starting last October in Wuhan to where it is now, um, like 1 million deaths. I know it sounds a lot, but we have 7 billion people on Earth, right?
mhm.
1 million deaths is a lot, but the death rate of COVID is still lower than that of the flu, the regular flu. So obviously, again, like with the flu, if you have the flu, I don't want you showing up to D&D. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to get
Yeah,
sick. I'm still going to stay away from you. So
yeah, yeah,
so I think it's one of those things where, again, it's just as long as people are just erring on the right side of caution. I think you have, I have, Weber has, and all of our friends have. So the people that I know around me have erred on at least the side of caution enough to trust being around them. I'm not really worried. Um, well, you really never know. You never know with COVID. So
There's like almost 8 billion people, bro. It's 7.8 billion,
yeah, there you
which
go.
is
So
crazy. Like
if
it
you look
keeps
at that,
getting more and more too, right? It's like a snowball effect. Like
yeah,
it'll probably be like 9 billion pretty soon. Like I remember when it was 6 billion, right? And
I
that's
do
like
too. Yeah,
that
I
was
remember it
only
was
like
just under
15 or
under
something. Yeah,
yeah, just under 7 billion it was. So yeah,
that's
no,
crazy,
it's
man.
but 1 million deaths worldwide, and I would say I think it was 100,000 or 140,000 of those deaths have come out of the United States alone. Um, like yeah, it's kind of tough. Like it's not. I believe the numbers. I trust them, but I don't think that's 1 million deaths worldwide. Like I think if we did cancer deaths worldwide, or if we did suicides worldwide, or if we did car accidents or boat crashes worldwide, we'd probably get numbers similar. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So like I think if you did the car crash statistics worldwide, car crash deaths yearly, I'm guessing you're getting close to 10 million. You'd have to. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna check what like a graph or something. Oh, car accidents is like number one, I think. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's what I was gonna say. It's the
There
most
was a
dangerous.
graph, but then I lost it.
So yeah, like I think when you look at stuff like that, are we gonna ban cars?
Oh
Because
no, it's cardiovascular diseases.
yeah, so heart
Cardiovascular
diseases.
diseases is 17.79 million in
A year.
2007 in 2017. So
Wow.
then in cancers was like 9.56 million. I'm just yeah, so then like respiratory diseases, so that's probably like the flu and shit, fucking
Right.
corona, whatever.
And
But this
and
isn't 17, so they didn't have corona.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
and
almost 4 million. It's 3.91.
the corona deaths.
No, respiratory diseases in
Yeah,
2017. So respiratory diseases, I'm guessing that's like the flu and shit.
that's heart diseases. Yeah, so you
No,
yeah,
that
yeah, respiratory
car-
breathing. So yeah, that's
yeah, it's
breathing. So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
lung,
yeah.
lung.
Oh,
Yeah.
but lower
So flu.
respiratory infections is right under that, and that's at 2.56. So who knows?
Either way, but the COVID, they did say though, like if you get
Damn, this is
COVID
crazy.
itself and you're a healthy person, the chances of you living are way higher. If you would get COVID and you have pre-existing health conditions such as respiratory issues and
Hmm.
or a cancer or one of those, you could pass at a higher rate. Of course, if anybody who has cancer and is going through chemo doesn't have an immune system, COVID will kill them quickly. Any sickness, a sneeze, a tiny little bug would kill them very quickly. So um,
But
I
you were
don't.
actually right about the cars too. It's it's 1.24 million for road injuries.
Yeah.
So
So
people that died in cars are getting hit by cars. I'm guess would all fall
yeah,
under that. Um, damn, that's crazy. Suicide's under that. Suicide's like almost 800,000.
right. So it's like I'm okay with erring on the side of caution with COVID, but then again, like if that's the case, like if we're only looking at 1 million deaths after a year and we didn't know what it was and have basically shut down, and I don't think 1 million deaths, and again, no loss of human life should ever go. And sorry to everyone who's lost their life to COVID or anything along those
Hmm.
lines, but And if anybody who watches your podcast has lost somebody due to COVID, I'm not taking it lightly, or I'm just looking at it from my perspective. I think that people need to do a better job of being with each other, or understanding that there are other things in the world that are doing just as much damage, like cancer. And I understand we have cancer drives and we do breast cancer awareness months and we do these things, but I think we could be doing more. And I think, like, when you look at that, like suicides alone, suicides is something that we can prevent as people. So like maybe we should be doing a better job preventing suicides rather than caring so much about picking up all the toilet paper or paper towels from a grocery store. Like maybe we should be looking at your neighbor who you were mean to in high school. Maybe
Well, like
send them a message.
I think stopping suicides, like a lot of people that kill themselves might be like suffering a lot because of all these other problems that you could fix. Like,
No, that's absolutely, of
um,
course. A lot of suicides are caused by pre-existing health conditions. So
yeah,
people who have terminal cancers, things like that, will and do commit suicide at a higher rate than somebody who is healthier. That's the truth. So
hmm
I just think that sucks. But I think we should be doing a better job, maybe, of just, even if we, like the suicide rate. You're right. There's suicides that we can't prevent, and I understand that. But I think there's a lot that we can prevent, and I think, like, just like how with COVID we can wear a mask. Well, maybe just tell somebody you give a shit about them one day. You know what I mean?
could with the
Like,
mask shit and like the sanitizing stuff, could that possibly cause like a super bug? It's like it kills 99.9% of germs. Then that like 0.1% comes like super strong and super resistant against everything. And you end up with these like, and because of everyone like being 6 feet away, we're not interacting, we're all sanitizing and stuff. We're like, how you're like supposed to let your
yeah,
kids like play in dirt and shit. It's like we're kind of
yeah.
like stopping that, and then we're all
You're
are we
building
all
immune
gonna
systems.
die?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what do you think
Um.
with all
Yeah. No.
that
I.
shit?
I think it's. I like as a. I'm just thinking like me growing up, right? Uh.
Hmm.
Yeah. I played in dirt. I scraped my knees when I remember I fell off my bike and I had like stabbed myself with the brake cable. It was a pretty big cut, and I remember coming in thinking I needed stitches, and my mom just poured peroxide on my cut. Like, do you know
Jeez.
what I mean?
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
that's what it was back in the day. You got that road rash or whatever, and you remember you would fall off your bike, get road rash or whatever, and you wouldn't go and get that fixed. You didn't go to your mom right away. I'd go play all day with a scraped knee, rocks all in my cut, dirt all everywhere. Then I get home later,
That's
my mom's like, "What the fuck?" But this is what we did, right? That's what we
yeah.
did. We all did this as kids. I think it was a little rougher time. I don't think we were the roughest of eras, but I think we'd still had it rough, and we didn't have video games as much and things like that. But yeah, no, I think that I guess, I don't know, if you sanitize your hands and you keep good hygiene and things like that, I think you're pretty much going to be okay from most sicknesses. I think that comes like pretty much within our whole lives. Like if they say treat COVID not like the flu, maybe a little worse than the flu, then I would just look at it like an extreme flu or like one of those. Like every other year you get that vicious flu that just kind of ravishes through a friends group, or one person sick one week, the next week another person sick. I just
Hmm.
think if the 90 a super bug due to like the saving the 0.1% possibly, right? Um, Again, if I take 99.9% odds on pretty much anything else, I'm gonna take them, right? Like, yeah,
Right.
if you
Yeah.
told me I was gonna roll a 7 uh, with 99.9% odds, I bet my life savings on it. And if the
Hmm.
1.001% or whatever got me, then I'll let it win. You know what I mean? I think at that point, like, it's like,
Yeah, that's the thing is that we have like 8 billion people, right? So we're rolling that dice 8 billion times, even with the 99.9 thing.
well,
So
yeah,
then it's like,
well,
you know what I mean?
we're saying
All
8
these
billion,
people sanitizing, staying away.
but you're saying 8 billion people, but we have to understand something though. Canada has 32 million people. The United States has over 300 million people, or Canada has close to 40 million people, and the states have 300 million people. That takes up That takes up almost $500 million from North America alone. You have to understand that there's dirty areas in Canada, there's dirty areas in the United States,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of places in places like India, Africa, that the sanitization is not the same, or not on the same level
Right,
as the
right.
I don't even want to call it the advanced world, but I'll just say like the first world. Okay, that's what the political term is. So I think I don't know what the statistic is, and you can probably look this up to fact check me. I think that it's like a good 1/3 of the or 2/3 of the population is second world or under. Do you know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then like 8 billion people, that's a lot, right? There's only how many first world countries? Because I think you could classify most European as first world, but then I would name a few that probably wouldn't classify as that.
Well, it looks like there's a decent amount actually. So, um, it's like, yeah, Canada, States obviously first world, Australia's first world.
Yep.
Um,
England.
yeah, all those European countries like France and
Yeah.
Germany, all that
But then
stuff.
you have what, like a good 30% a good 60% of Africa is under second world or lower, if not
It's
worse.
on my thing. It's like all of Africa is third world. They're saying. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
So
by landmass. It seems like maybe like half and half.
yeah,
You
so
know.
well, but like you're going half first world and then the half between second and third world. So like if that's the case, then you can't really rely on half the world to have that same sanitization and things like that, right? So then what concerns me is if COVID's so bad, what if it gets into a place like a bad place in India? Although India has places that can be considered first world, it is mostly a third world country. So if that's like the case, can we trust that everyone's sanitary? And I'm not just saying India, I'm saying China included. There's a lot of very disgusting places in China, you know, and so I just look at it and I go, yeah, I'm just gonna do my part, and whatever happens, happens. I think that's the only way I can go about it, is just do my part, wash my hands, put on a little bit of
Hmm.
sanitizer, and if stay 6 feet away, do the right things, and if I get sick, then then just do my part to get healthy, I guess. Like, so I'm not. I think there could be a bigger bug? Sure. I think any disease that we've ever dealt with, the Aryan flu, the SARS, cancers, for example, these are things that like have evolved over human life, where they've just gotten better, or when I say better, I mean they've gotten worse. They've gotten better at killing
Hmm.
people. So if the COVID has learned anything over the last year, then it could evolve. And if it is more or less like the SARS disease or H1N1 or one of those, then it'll fizzle out in the next half a year. But this is the first time I think in my life, I think in human history, that we've shut down due
Yeah,
to
that I know of
a
for sure.
pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just doing the same thing as you. Like, like obviously, like I just wear my mask and stay 6 feet away, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's not like the end of the world, and like I'm not one of those people. You see them out there, like even posting videos on Facebook of them
Yeah.
not wearing a mask, and then when someone says, "Hey, like, sorry, you gotta wear a mask or whatever," and they're like, "No, you're infringing on my rights or whatever," you know.
Yeah.
Just like, but I mean, there's always gonna be people like that out there. It's like, for
Of
me, it's
course.
like those people they're just trying to do their job. They're minimum wage, working at Bayou Village or whatever, and you go in there yelling at them.
Fact. I've never looked at it that way, but it's so true. It's like
Yeah,
you see these people and they're at McDonald's, they're like, I don't want to wear a mask, and they're like, yo, I get paid like you know, $15 an hour
yeah.
to not have to stand here and listen to your fucking bullshit. So,
Hmm.
and then yeah, I guess I never thought about it like that. Like what about the workers in those situations? They're just trying to do their job. They're told to do something, they do it, right?
Yeah, I never like complain or like freak out in situations like
No,
that just because it's like I know what it's
I,
like to be in that situation. Like I've worked so many shitty jobs, you know.
yeah,
We just have to be nice to people.
I get frustrated out in public when like if I get bad service. Um, it's not like I'm asking for somebody to worship my feet the moment I walk
Right.
in, but I'm asking for some like professionalism, right? Like, I was at a phone company the other day looking at possibly I was paying my phone bill and I was looking up opening a second line, right?
Mhm.
And this guy ended up talking to a customer and just having a regular ass conversation, knowing that I was about to A, maybe spend money, or B, sign up a new customer to the company. And he just sat there and had a normal conversation.
Yeah, you were there
And
waiting, and then they were just
and I was
talking to somebody about
yeah,
like how's the weather and shit, not even serving them.
yeah. And I was like, so I was being nice about it. Then I paid my bill and I was like, hey man, I would like to ask some questions. It'll be real quick. You know what I mean? I wasn't being rude.
Mm.
And then he's like, okay, one sec. He answers a phone call in front of my face, goes, hey, what's up? Yeah, no, I'm not busy later. And then goes and basically talks to the other guy again.
Mhm.
And I'm standing there again waiting. So about 20 minutes go by and I'm losing my shit at this point. But again, I still don't complain to him. I don't make a commotion. I
Yeah,
literally
that's
just
just
leave.
someone not really doing their job though properly. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's a
But
little like,
but even that person, I don't have it in me to go give them shit. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But then anybody who knows me knows that if you work with me, right? Like I can
Mhm.
be a dick, but I think I'm only a dick because I expect everyone to know their job and do their job well. You know, like if you
Mhm.
show up to work, you better be able to do your job and do it well.
Yeah.
That's just the way I see it.
Mhm. For sure.
Yeah.
I actually just started at Hot Manor again. Shout out to them, scaring people. So I gotta wear a mask and
That's a
stay
sick
six
job.
feet away from people. Yeah, it is different trying to scare people from far away and stuff, but it's fun.
Yeah, I might be a little bit because it's, the element of the close surprise is one of the biggest things in those haunted houses, right? So
Yeah, yeah. But it's like it's still scary. Like it's pretty cool. Um,
I should go and see if you can scare me. You know what I mean?
I would be able to.
You think
I
so?
think so. Yeah,
Yeah. All right, maybe,
yeah.
maybe I'll swing by. Maybe I'll swing by, see what
Yeah, as
happens.
long as you don't swing, no hitting me when I scare
I
you too
did that.
bad.
I did that. I was in maybe grade 12B, and like me and a bunch of friends, we went to the one on Lundy's Lane at the end of Lundy's Lane there, and and maybe it's the one you work at or whatever,
Yeah,
but
it
it's like
is.
a
Yeah.
haunted house, yeah. And so we went there, and it's always been really decent. So we
Mm,
walk in, and like so how it was set up was like, have you ever seen 13 Ghosts, like the movie 13 Ghosts?
no.
So in that movie, there's a ghost. Spoiler alert here for anyone who hasn't seen it. There's a ghost in that movie called, I think it's Jarhead or something like that, and he's got like this cage, like nail cage around his head, and he's the creepiest character from my childhood. I'll never see a creepier character in a scary movie. And I walk around the corner, and this motherfucker standing there. Somebody got this costume and was standing in there, scared the shit out of me. So I sprinted and just trucked this guy. Right?
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm scared. I truck this guy. Don't even think twice about it. And I turn the corner, and you know how like they got holes in the wall so that they can grab you and stuff.
Yeah.
So this dude pokes his head out the wall, and first reaction is elbow in the head.
Oh
I
my god.
absolutely, but I, can't help it. You're scaring the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Elbow this guy right in the head, and I sprint out. I get out, and I start hearing my name, right? And my friends are behind. They're like, Marcus, Marcus, like slow down, slow down. So I slow down and catch up with my friends, and I can hear one of like the dudes trying to scare us, like yelling my name, like, and he's like, Marcus, we're gonna come get you. I'm like, all right, come fucking see me. Like I'm standing in the middle now, I'm like all brave now that I've hit one of these dudes. I'm like, all right, come see me. So then we get out the back, and it turns out it's one of my buddies, like that I like really good friends with. Didn't even know he was working at the haunted mansion, and I absolutely just smashed him in the head on his way by. Like this
Oh
is
my
too
god, dude.
funny.
Yeah, if you shouldn't come to a haunted house if you're the type to swing on people like that.
Well, I don't.
You're
No, no,
lucky
I
he
didn't.
didn't swing back on you. You know what I mean?
No, no,
That's exciting.
it's. I don't like to. I won't swing on a person. Like I will just move my way past now. But I think at the time it was like, it's if you pop right into the wall, like right in front of me. If I'm
Mhm.
walking and I'm walking on the wall, and you pop out of the wall to scare me, I, I, I don't mean to hit you. It's just the first reaction is just put hands out, defend. But I guess that's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good. I think it's a good reaction to have. I'm a fight, not a flight kind of guy. You
Yeah,
know?
it's a good reaction to have in any other situation,
Yeah,
probably, right? Yeah.
yeah. Like I think it's just I think it's good training is the way we should look at it. Right?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
look at it like I'm an asshole because I swing. I just think it's
hmm
just good training. You know what I mean?
Well, no, yeah, it sucks because there's like a lot of like women that work at like Hot Manor too, right? And even like young girls. So it's like if you hit one of them, it'd be like really
It's super
shitty. Like
bad.
I can take
Yeah,
it, you know what I mean?
but
It's not so bad, but they
that's
do get hit sometimes, and it's like,
yeah.
what the
But
fuck, man? If
that's
you go
years
in there
ago.
knowing you're gonna get scared, you should be able to hold back, knowing that
That's the
things are
truth.
gonna jump out at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, I think no, I definitely agree, and I think nowadays more than ever, I'm way more prepared. Like I would walk through it and not get scared. I think if I got scared by anything, it would just be the wow, like jump behind the wall, and I'd just be like, oh, okay, you're standing right there, cool,
Right.
what's up, dog? Like good scare, like, and then a couple years later we went, and everyone that scared me, I would just be like, all right, dapped them up like right there, like all right, that was dope, dog, like good job, like you know what I mean, like
Yeah. Yeah, it's
like
funny
that
now.
was
You can't do that. You can't do that nowadays.
I can't even dap him up.
Dap.
I'd be like, yeah, that
Yeah.
was a good scare. Thanks, buddy, from 6 feet
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, that's dope. I'll probably come by, though, because I bet Elisa would probably want to go. So
That'd be
that'd be
sick. Yeah,
fun.
you guys should, man. That'd be
I
awesome.
definitely will. That'd
Mm.
be fun.
Yeah, and Weber and Sierra, the four of you guys could come. That'd be
Yeah, that'll be actually dope. I
mm.
should ask them. They'd probably be down, too. I got to come to your comedy show this week, too.
Yeah, for sure. Thursday, bro. Every Thursday, showtime.
Thursday, what
So
time? 6? 7?
it's 8 o'clock.
I'll be there. I'm
Hit it up,
coming.
bro. Sick. All right,
I,
dope, dope.
I was going to be there last week, but I got off work late. I had to get some dinner in me.
Word.
I'll be
Yeah,
there.
I said that 5 people were coming last week and nobody showed up.
Oh,
It's like fuck.
okay.
Put
That's
you
the
guys
worst.
on the list and everything.
Yeah, yeah. Daddy wasn't there.
No.
No.
But yeah, man, this. Well,
just
sorry.
5 reserve. It's like 5 reserve seats, like the Nigel fucking Nigel Powers. It's just empty 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powers, yeah, man. Yeah, this has been dope, bro. I'm gonna do episode 100 with Dubs. He finally answered me.
Yeah,
And
fucking
this will
meant.
this will be 101, bro. Is
Dude,
there
that's even. I like being 101.
yeah, is there any things you want to shout out? Anything you want to say?
Anything I want to shout out? Shout out to the Los Angeles Lakers for winning the 17th NBA title. I had to throw that in there. That's huge. What else? Shout out to the American politics system for giving us keeping us entertained with how much stupidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
do
just
that one.
wild, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna shout out one more thing. And November 1st, Chef 44 is opening at the Penn Center in St. Catharines. Come out, get yourself some pulled pork sandwiches, beef brisket burgers. We got vegan curries, sauces, barbecue sauces, sausages. We got everything you possibly could enjoy and savor with. I'm going to use this as a plug. Chef 44 is going to be legit people. You want to be on that. Come see me November 1st at the Penn Center.
Dope. You're
Yeah.
gonna be working there, cooking food.
I will be working there making food. I make
Sick.
a lot of the items, and believe in the brand. It's a personal friend of mine's business. It's a great business. It's really gonna, I think, pop off. It's really solid stuff. Good homemade, what feels like homemade Thai food. Pulled pork. Just good stuff, man. Good stuff. So I'm excited for it. So hopefully I
Sick,
see
bro.
people who watch the podcast come out. That'd be dope.
Yeah, if they say they get 5% discount if they say they seen you on the podcast.
No, that's you know what?
I'm
If
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
everyone from the podcast, if you come, and this doesn't count from Weber, Jo, Peyton. I'm calling you all out names. This doesn't go for y'all. Anyone who says that you know the Sad Powers podcast and saw me on the Sad Power podcast, I will take $2 off all of your orders personally.
Oh,
If you
dang.
come and say you're from the Sad Powers podcast and you show up, you get yourself a pulled pork sandwich or something, I will pay $2 out of my pocket towards your sandwich. How's that? That's like
That's dope.
5% off.
That's pretty
That's like
dope.
5%
Yeah,
off,
that's sick.
right?
That's sick.
I
No, it might be
might lose like
10%.
30
I don't
bucks.
know. Yeah,
Who
might
knows?
be more
Who knows?
even. Yeah,
I might
20.
lose a little bit on this, but it's worth it. Again, Chef 44 Sauces. Look us up on Instagram, Facebook, all of that. Yeah, that's it.
Dope shit, bro. You're the man. Love you,
That's
buddy.
it, buddy. Love you too, bud.
Peace out.
Peace.